What's going on, Pokemon Go trainers? Welcome to episode 128 of Lured Up, the podcast where we take Pokemon Go way more seriously than we do ourselves. Lured Up is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is Wednesday, April 22nd, 2020, Earth Day. I'm your host, Ken Pescator, joined by my co-host, Adam Tuttle. Adam, hello. How are you? What's up? What's going on?
I'm doing Earth-tastic. Does that work? Is that okay?
No.
Okay, I'm just doing fabulous then.
All right, fabulous. I'll take the good old Adam Fabulous. It's weird, man. Today's Earth Day, and I was thinking of all the awesome stuff that Pokemon Go used to do on Earth Day with cleanups and all that, and we totally just had to miss out on that this year because of all the freaking madness. It's a shame.
Well, to be honest, there's less people driving. So I'd say there's less emissions. I think we're all doing a good job.
You're saying it all balances out?
Yeah, even though we can't be out there physically doing stuff, in mass groups to help clean up the oceans and stuff. Us not being in the ocean probably helps it.
You're probably right. But I just missed. I remember, man, the motivation was awesome the past couple of years. Just getting a big group together and doing mass big cleanups and everything. That was just so much fun and so satisfying.
Yeah, I know. I just saw the memory from 2 years ago, whatever, on Instagram.
Oh, I miss it. All right, well, we got a lot of stuff to talk about on today's show, as per usual. We're going to recap the events from the week, including Safari Zone Local Pool, Incense Day Type Shuffle, as well as Wobbuffet Spotlight Hour and Mystery Bonus Hour. We're currently in the middle of the Buddy Up event, so we'll go through our experiences with that so far. We still have a couple days left remaining there. We have an APK mine of 173.2. Now, this didn't seem like a big update on the surface because there was only a couple things in there, but it turns out that the details that were kind of given up in this APK was a lot. So we'll kind of break all that down, courtesy of PokeMiners. There's some new boxes in the shop, and we haven't talked about boxes in a long time, but these are a little bit different and a departure from what we're used to, so they're worth talking about. And then finally, we'll end with a Ludicolo raid guide and battle party.
Ludicolo!
Ludicolo! So it's
Detective Pikachu.
I think Detective Pikachu's on all the cable platforms now. So if you haven't seen that, get on that. It's good stuff.
It's worth a watch.
All right, Adam, why don't we dig into this? Why don't you start with recapping some of the events from the past week, and we'll kind of talk about our experiences and all that good stuff.
All right, so this is going to come out from g2g.media. For info on all of these events, please check them out. So the Safari Zone Liverpool / local pool was this weekend. Ken, how did you do?
Okay, so we both played on Saturday, and we'll talk about the Sunday experience in a minute too, but I played on Saturday. I played on foot the entire day. I walked through Red Bank. It was great because I was able to spend the entire day alone. It rained, which was very fitting for the first 3 hours. So the first 3 hours, I was walking around in the rain with an umbrella. I was listening to the Beatles all day. I was in the zone, and I had a freaking great time. Spawns were awesome, and what I noticed was compared to St. Louis, the unknowns didn't seem to be spawning as frequently, which I didn't really mind because you end the day with just a fucking ton of unknown that what the hell are you going to do with them all?
And it's unknown what you're going to do with them. So
yeah. So those spawns seem to be a little bit down, but I needed the V. So I was excited that I got the V. Now I'm down to just needing 2 unknown, which is great.
Ken, let's be honest. You always need the V.
I do. Dude, you are absolutely right. I need the V more now than ever. Shit.
Giggity.
But I also noticed that I didn't need to put any lures up the entire day, because the spawns were just so heavy and the incense were working so well that even walking through Red Bank, which has 40 stops within the walking route, I didn't have to use a single lure. I just incensed, and I was able to catch pretty much nonstop the entire day. And I was pretty chill. I was fast catching just about everything, and I caught about 1,200 Pokemon over the course of the day. I took a break for lunch. At one point, I had to use the bathroom, so I had to like drive home to use the bathroom, and then I drove back to Red Bank, because nothing's freaking open, so there wasn't any bathrooms I could use. But it was great. Now, I don't necessarily want to gauge the success of the day on shinies, but I got 18 shinies during the day, which was great. A lot of shinies that I needed. I got the 2 Carvana, which was fun. But overall, it was just a solid, high-intensity day in terms of activity in the game, which I really liked. So lots of spawns, lots of stuff to do. I picked up a shit ton of Stardust. I had a bunch of friendships stacked up for that day. So how was it for you?
Okay, so I got 10 shinies. I played very, very, very casually. I started the day, I was doing a online TCGO tournament, so I couldn't necessarily leave. I did get out of the house for like an hour just to kind of like restock and see what's out there. And it really wasn't much of a difference from me being at the house. So I just said, I'm just going to go back home and, catch whatever I can. And I had my incense going the entire day. Like you said, the spawns were heavy enough where I didn't feel like I needed anything in the Pokestops for like lures or anything. So like I said, I just kind of went straight home. So I kind of just had a chill day. I was able to hit 5 really decent Pokemon for PvP. I got a rank 7 Relicanth, a rank 12 Basculin, a rank 8 Kingler, a rank 21 Credilli, and a rank 72 Sharpedo.
Look at Adam going all PvP and stuff. That's incredible.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, and that's the thing. It's like, I mean, we'll get there, but these events have been like really good for me PvP wise. Not necessarily shiny wise, but PvP, definitely they're doing it for me.
Well, that's cool because that's a different way to approach the event. And like I said, community day is one thing, that you're focused on the shinies. This game really makes you focus on the shinies. So it's like, if you happen to have a shitty RNG day, then that kind of means you have a shitty event. And I hate that. You know what I mean? Because the spawns are going to be the same. It's just that your shiny luck is going to be different. And having shitty shiny luck can like sour your entire event just because of the rate. And, John Zero from our Discord community, he played, I think he said he played 3 or 4 hours straight. He got 0 shinies. And he was like, what the fuck? My game is broken. So it's like, I try not to put my positive or negative spin on an event based on shinies, but 10 shinies from home is still fucking amazing. Like that's,
yeah. And I mean,
awesome.
I got a lot of duplicates, but I was able to get, you're guaranteed the Chinchou. I was able to secure a Krabby. That was nice. And I did go plus a second Chinchou. So I got the line, you know what I mean? So like, I was happy there. Yeah. At least I got 2. And it was overall, it was a good event. It was really nice. Like the incense really made it what it was.
Yeah, it's going to be, when I think we have till the end of the month with the increased incense performance. So it's going to suck when that goes away.
I will say I feel that the incense from Liverpool really spoiled us and my expectations, if that makes any sense, to the next day.
Now, Sunday, which I have absolutely no understanding of the decision-making process on Niantic's behalf here. I don't know why they would decide to do the type shuffle, the incense day, which is a fantastic concept. Why do it on the same Sunday as Safari Zone? Like this Sunday coming up, there's no other event. Why not hold that off till this Sunday? So the people that had Sunday Safari Zone tickets ended up getting the shaft pretty much for the Incense Day event because they weren't able to take part in that event because the Safari Zone spawns trumped the incense spawns. Now, here's the thing. Everyone raised their voices. Niantic responded on Reddit saying, okay, we hear you. This is what we're going to do. We're going to extend the event by 2 hours. So the event actually went through 8 p.m. Centret, which was the feature of the entire day, was going to spawn just as much as the Safari Zone stuff would spawn and give a shiny rate the same as Safari Zone shiny rate. And then they gave you 3 free incense. So there was a consolation prize. But Adam, did you know anyone that played on Sunday?
I did not.
Okay. I had a big ass group that played in Red Bank on Sunday. And there was 3 people in the group that got 50 shinies. 50. It was absolutely out of control. Now, there was people that I would, we had like this hilarious social distance group because I went out and played for Incense Day a couple hours. I was super casual because I was 8 hours on my feet the previous day for my Saturday. So I was like, you know what? I'll get lunch, I'll chill, and keep it real mellow. So we had like this socially distant line walking down the street, which was hilarious. But they were the one dude caught like 3 Centret in a row, and it just kept happening. And there was a lot of funny memes going around of like that calling it, Centret Community Day because the Centret spawns were out of control, and the shiny rate on Centret just seemed to be through the fucking roof. I didn't get a shiny Centret, but I did end up getting a shiny Krabby on Incense Day, which was awesome during the water hour.
I did end up getting 1 Centret.
During the Incense Day? Okay.
Yep. So I did get one of those. And then again, PvP, they're just like, oh no, we want you to battle. I was able to get a rank 12 Poliwrath and a rank 60 Golem. Not that that's like super cool, but it's really nice.
I gotta say, man, I really appreciate that you're having this perspective on Pokemon right now. That's fucking awesome. That's really cool.
Well, so I mean, okay. So there's that, so, and it's like I already had a PvP Poliwrath, like powered up 3 attacks, and it's ranked like 180, and I'm like 12. It's more legit. It's a good Pokemon. I was like, it's worth the Stardust, and this power up thing makes it so much easier.
Oh yeah, the one touch power up is live in the game. It's so good. It's so good.
Exactly.
So you spent all the Stardust you earned.
Yes, definitely.
All right. Well, if anyone out there played on Sunday, definitely let us know how it went. It just seemed like the shiny rate on Sunday, I don't know if they did that to compensate as well, but I mean, 50 shinies in one day was like, what the fuck? I mean, and this happened to multiple people that were playing separately. So it wasn't like, they all had the same mojo going on. Like, it's just bizarre to hear that. But I got some good trades lined up because of it. So
awesome.
I'm excited for it.
Okay, and so Tuesday we had Wobbuffet Spotlight Hour.
Yes.
Which was times to transfer candy. I did all right. I didn't get any shinies. To be honest, I didn't think the shinies like existed until you posted a picture.
I told you I got one, and I got the
but
female.
I clicked every single one, and I had an incense running the entire time. I did not see a shiny. I did, however, manage to like go through all my stuff earlier in that day, and I did transfer a bunch of legendaries. Not as much as I probably should have, but enough to make a dent in my box. But right now, my box is kind of full up with Volbeats and Illumise.
Yeah.
Trying to get those shinies.
Yeah, we'll all right. We'll talk about the buddy thing in a second. So
no, I know.
My plan was to transfer all my legendaries, all my extras, right? So I ended up having about 190 legendaries that I wanted to transfer. And at the start of the event, I mean, the clusters for Wobbuffet were phenomenal. I mean, 5, 6, 10 Wobbuffet clusters. Like, it was amazing. Again, no need for lures. It was just rock. I played off an incense, and it was just fucking insane. So I start the event by doing my transfers, and it's just like the old costume Pokemon, where you have to go through the extra step individually. Are you sure? Yes, all that. I did it for about 15 minutes, and I'm still in Kanto. I'm still getting rid of like Articunos and Zapdoses and stuff. I'm like, yo, this is taking too fucking long. It's not worth the one extra candy I'm getting for transferring. I want to play for Wobbuffet. So I transferred till about 6:15, And I was like, that's it. I'll just transfer the rest later at the single candy rate. I want to play for Wobbuffet. And then played for the remaining 45 minutes. I did get the shiny female Wobbuffet, which was great. Adam and I, we both did a live stream the day before doing some TCG stuff. JT Valor was in the stream, and he's like, yo, I need to get that female Wobbuffet shiny. So as soon as I got it, I put it up on Instagram and tagged JT. I was like, hey, you were looking for me? He was like, my love. But yeah, I was excited that I got the shiny there. But it was cool seeing the density of spawns. I think that is, they need to continue that with Spotlight Hour, because the Magnemite spawns the previous week just seemed so low compared to Purloin, and then the Wobbuffet ones just seemed out of fucking control, but that was fun.
Do you think it's because they were bigger Pokemon, so they're more noticeable?
No, the clusters were fucking huge. Because even on Community Day, all right, you might get a cluster 2, 3, 4. I was seeing clusters of like 7, 8, 9, 10. It was insane. But do you think that that's going to take away from Community Day, like the feel or vibe of Community Day? I don't know. It's so weird.
I don't know. I hope not. I hope they go wild with Community Day. That's just my personal.
I think they're going to, because of the scenario. I don't know how that'll go going forward in future months when we're back out there on the grind and meeting up and being outside. But we'll talk about Abra Play from Home edition, in a little bit, but it'll be interesting to see if they go absolutely hog wild with the fucking Abra spawns. But let's talk about the Buddy Week. So with Buddy Up event is going on right now. How's that all been going for you?
So let's just talk about the details real quick. So this is all coming from PokemonGoLive.com. The event is running from Tuesday the 21st through Monday the 27th at 10 p.m. local time. Volby and Illumise are going to be spawning everywhere, which they are.
Yeah,
they're
fucking
almost
everywhere.
Like insanely. Woobat is in the wild for the first time instead of being in research, which is insane. Well, the weekly breakthrough, sorry. But it is in research as well. And it'll be in 2 kilometer eggs as well after the event. Alolan Meowth, Chansey, Eevee, Phoebus, Lillipup, Joltik are all in the wild and in 5k eggs. You've got Alolan Meowth, Volby, Illumise, and Woobat in research. You've got 2 times evolution experience. So if you're under 40, get there. This is like perfect for you.
Yeah,
especially with EVs. If you don't have like over 2,000 EV candies, you're not catching enough because they just hand you those. The buddies are going to bring more items and souvenirs, and then half distance to earn candy and hearts with your buddy. And then share all your pictures of your buddy using the hashtag Pokemon Go Buddy.
Also, it's you can get your buddy excited a lot more easy. And I don't know exactly how many interactions it takes, but it's really like I was getting my buddies excited with like 2 sets of interactions. So I would,
you
play
get
with
your
the buddy
excited with pretty much nothing.
Yeah. So this is like the perfect time to build up that buddy, the buddy level, especially because during Abra Community Day, you're going to be able to get extra items from your buddy so long as you're at the great level. And, you have to build up your buddy to get to that great level. This is a perfect opportunity for it. How many, what's your medal at? How many best buddies are you at right now?
Oh, I think just 1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've been trying to rotate, and I keep forgetting to like swap out after a while. So
You should only do Delibirds. Like, you should get your medal to 100, but only have 100 Delibird best buddies. Like, just do all your different Delibirds. That'd be so funny.
Well, I mean, the reason I have the Delibird that I have the best buddy on is because that's when I was walking for so long, and then I eventually got the 100%, and it's like that one's kind of been neglected, but that one needs to be like the forefront, which I'm actually switching to it right now.
No, I really want this Volbeat shiny. I think this is a great opportunity for collectors to potentially get a shiny regional, because when this event ends, Volbeat goes away, and I don't think it's going to be coming back. So
And if it does, it's going to be coming in like the 7-kilometer eggs when they do another event like that.
Yeah, or it would have to be some kind of rotation, but oh man,
imagine if they did that. They rotate
too.
them after.
Oh, that would
so
suck.
Anybody that went hard on Volbeat,
yeah, right.
Now is like upset that they didn't go hard on Illumise.
See, I'm catching everything anyway. Like
me too.
You know what I mean? So it's like I always see like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go so hard on this Pokemon, but it's like I'm not gonna pass anything up in any situation anyway. I'm gonna fucking catch everything every time. So it's like I'm going hard on everyone.
You're always going hard, Ken.
I know. I try my best. All right, we have a lot to talk about here with this APK. 0.173.2. This is going to be coming from PokeMiners. And as always, I'll disclaim this. None of this stuff is officially released or announced by Niantic. It can change and probably will change at any time. And data mining is breaking the terms of service. So with that being said, we'll dig into PokeMiners' work here. I'm going to run through the highlights, then we'll kind of unpack everything and discuss it as we go. All right. Techno Blast has been added, all the different types of moves. The Samsung S20 has been fixed. Internationally, there was major problems with the S20, the Samsung S20 in this game. The Wayfarer Badge has been added. Tons more information on remote raid passes, including the image of what they look like. Remote gifting for your buddy. Your buddy will alert you when it will bring you gifts. POI Scanning, which is really exciting. Pokestop advertising is coming, and quests regarding walking. All right, so that's pretty much the gist of the whole APK, but let's talk about this stuff kind of in a little bit more detail. All right, Techno Blast. Normal, burn, chill, water, and shock have all been added. Do you think this means that Genesect will be the next EX raid, and that'll be happening soon?
Yeah, that sounds like it. And then they can easily rotate that, and that can actually be our breakthrough boxes. No, because it's legend.
No, they said when the Genesect special research came out, they said that it would eventually be ready, be available in EX raids. But we got normal, burn, chill, water, and shock. That's 5. That's like a year's worth of EX raid rotation.
Yes.
So you think that it goes through this full rotation for each type? Because like when we had, I don't know. I just don't want it to take that long. I don't know.
Well, they don't necessarily have to have it for every single one. I mean, they can do one, bring back Mewtwo. Do one, bring back Regigigas. Do one, bring back Mewtwo. Do one, bring back Regigigas. I know you don't like that, but that's, well, it's how they recycle things. They keep it fresh. Oh, and then they can bring back Deoxys, and they can bring back all its different types.
Well, that's what they did with Deoxys. I'm saying that's what they did with Deoxys to stretch it out, but, I don't know. We haven't had EX raids in a couple, weeks because of everything that's going on, and, this could be the fanfare to bring them back. Okay, EX raids are coming back. It's gonna be Genesect, and the benefit of this Genesect over the ones from the previous research will be that it can learn Techno Blast, and maybe they do it where it's one rotation in EX and it's random. I don't know. I think that would be kind of cool where to encourage people to do more than one EX raid. Because I remember when Regigigas came out, people were like, all right, I got my one Regigigas. I don't need another. I'm not going to worry about EX raids anymore. And it kind of lost its luster. But if they say, all right, Genesect is coming to EX raids, and you have a chance at getting any of these blasts, any of the Techno Blast, that's going to keep people motivated to be raiding at EX gyms and showing up at their actual EX raids to take advantage of this. So should be very interesting.
That makes sense.
On a side note here, the big question that's been going around in our circle is, will remote raiding allow for EX raids? I know we talked about that a little bit last week. That's something that we have to keep our eye on. All right, Samsung S20 fix. So S20 is like the Samsung's newest, latest, greatest model. It's a fucking beautiful phone. The US models were not affected by this issue at all, but internationally, the game wouldn't even boot on S20s. So people would spend, $1,300, whatever the fuck it is, on this brand new phone, and then they can't even run Pokemon Go. Nothing. It wouldn't even boot. So
Wow.
people that had the phones were like, what the fuck? Like, this is terrible. I mean, Zoe Two Dots is sponsored by Samsung. She couldn't even run the game on her sponsored device. She was like, what the fuck? I mean, thankfully she had, alternate devices, but someone invested all that money that was a Pokemon Go player, invested all this money in a new device, and then they couldn't even play. So apparently this fix is rolling out. It's going to be a specific patch just for the S20.
Well, that's good.
Wayfarer Badge is coming. This is really cool. I have the buzz on Wayfarer is awesome right now. Now that the backlog of reviewing and all that stuff is kind of cleared out, people are seeing, I think MT from G2G Media messaged me, and she's like, holy shit, I submitted this 2 days ago and it already got approved. So the buzz on Wayfarer is awesome. I think this is a great timing for this, and hopefully this will be retroactive. So that way, if you have a lot of activity in Wayfarer, you'll still get some credit for that. Now, my tinfoil hat hope for this is if you level up your Wayfarer badge, it will come with some kind of perk where other medals will be like, hey, you unlock these pants or these boots or whatever the fuck it is. Maybe the Wayfarer badge, you level it up to gold and you can get 2 extra nominations or an extra upgrade, something like that where there's actual perk to it. I think would be awesome to help commend and acknowledge the people that are putting in the work in Wayfarer, because it could be a fucking chore. I was listening to GoCast podcast, and Chris and Kyle both challenged themselves with goals to do like 10 or 15 reviews, and they were like, yeah, we did it, but oof, it wasn't fun. It's like, I actually enjoy it, but it's definitely not for everybody. So I do think that the people that are doing it, like, Jamal in our community, who's a fucking madman, reviews like 100 a day every fucking day.
That's insane.
Yeah, those people should be rewarded because they are directly changing the landscape of the game. And, they definitely deserve our praise and acknowledgement. It'd be nice if this can give them a perk or something. All right, remote raid passes. There's a lot to cover here, and this is really fucking exciting. So the actual image file, the image assets of remote raid passes has been released. They look awesome. They're like this neon fucking blue. Look really, really cool. And 3 separate images have been released. A single raid pass, an image with 3 raid passes, and then an image with 5 raid passes. So that leads you to think that, in the shop, you'll be able to buy them in 1, 3, and 5 packs. Now, maybe 5 is the cap. Remember, we were talking about there's going to be a limit to how many you can hold. Maybe it'll be 5. Maybe it'll be 10. Who knows? We'll have to see there. I think we're going to see this sooner than later because everything is just here. And even stuff on inviting has been detailed in the code now. So all this stuff is going to be in regards to invites. This is really fucking exciting. It looks like there's going to be some kind of level requirement to not only invite people, but also to remote raid. So I'm not sure if this is going to be part of the rollout, how typically when like a new feature comes out, it'll say, okay, level 40 trainers can do this, and now level 38, now 37, now 4, it'll roll itself out. I don't know if this is going to be a permanent thing or part of the rollout, but apparently there's some kind of level requirement to do this. When we had Marty from PokeMiners on, he made a good point and said, I always look at this specific thing in the texts to make sure there's anything that we could pick up on to extrapolate. And in the code, it pluralizes the word invites in the code, meaning that if you're in a raid, you should be able to invite not just one, but multiple people to that raid, which is great because that means it's not like a one-to-one thing. You need one person, you can invite one person. So like, let's say you can invite 5 people, then it's like you could fill a whole party or whatever the cap is on the remote raid group with just one person that actually has eyes on the raid. So that's good.
Yeah, you have like a scout and then everybody at the ready.
Exactly. Let's see. You can also invite people to the raid even when you're in person. So I don't know if this is going to be with a QR code or how this will work, but it might be an easier way or quicker way than having to worry, scream out, Pidgey, Rattata, Snorlax, you know what I mean, than a private code or something like that. Remote damage modifier, that's been added in the code. We talked about this, how at first everyone's going to do the same amount of damage, but then that'll go down in time. This looks like it can be toggled on the server side. There's been a bunch of code regarding invite statuses and notifications. There's been code for errors and permissions. Stuff like invite received past cutoff time. So it might be like you have to send your invite while there's still 30 seconds on the timer or something like that. There'll be some kind of cutoff to make sure that if you send an invite out, the person has enough time to respond and get in before the cutoff. There's a remote raid tutorial, so I'm sure there'll just be like a couple splash screens, detailing how to do it. The remote raid button will show it in a different color, so I think it's like a pink. So when you see the icon to like spend your pass, instead of it being like that green that we're used to, it'll be pink. That's, just to differentiate.
I like that.
Yeah. And there's just so much here. It really leads me to think that this is on the fucking edge of happening, because there's just so much information here. And they said straight up, invites will not be part of the launch, but it seems like it's all fucking here. So tinfoil hat, I really, really just, I hope this is coming. If they say like, hey, remote raids are here and, we're going to launch with invites also, that'll be fucking phenomenal.
Oh my God. I would absolutely love that, because I'm stuck home.
Yep.
It would be so nice to jump into my chat where I know that several people live within viewing distance of raids, and it's like for them to be able to invite me. That's huge. That's a game changer.
I can invite you. You know what I mean? Like that's
yeah, for
awesome.
You to invite me. That's even
so
bigger.
Great. I know. So cool. All right, what else we have here? Remote buddy gifting. So there's code detailing remote gifts and social gifts. So PokeMiners seems to think that remote gifts and social gifts are the same, but to me, I don't know why they would use two different words here to describe them. And I was thinking, like, what if social means like through Facebook integration, you'll be able to send people gifts through Facebook? Like, remember, like in the Farmville days, like you could like ask for gifts.
Oh, please no.
Like,
please no.
Like, what if that's that? Oh my God. What was the other fucking game that drug game, that mafia game or whatever the fuck it was? Drug Wars or some shit. I don't know, but when I saw social, I was like, yo, what if it's through Facebook? That'd be crazy. But some shit in there for remote buddy gifting. Buddy gifts appear to have a different count and a different pool than regular gifts. So maybe...
Oh, you could like open like 5 buddy gifts.
No, remember, the gifts that your buddy brings you are gifts that you can send to your friends. They're not gifts for you to open.
Oh, that's
they're gifts.
Cool.
Yeah, they're gifts for you to send out. So while, again, our count is higher now because of COVID, but normally you can hold 10 gifts to send out to your friends. Maybe you can hold 10 gifts from stops and 5 gifts from buddies. Who knows? Let's see. There's also going to be a tutorial for remote gifting, buddy notifications. You'll get it. I actually turned on my push notifications. I've always had them off, but I turned it on just to see, and it's not, I have it limited, so it's not terrible. But like if I spin something with my Pokeball Plus when the game is closed, I'll get a push notification. But apparently you'll get a notification if your buddy brings you a gift. Now, this is another really exciting one. POI Scanning. Now, in Ingress, this was added a few months ago, where level 16 agents, what they can do is actually pretty much 3D map a portal. So like, let's say you have a statue, right? You would go into the POI scanning tool, start filming, and then you walk around the POI in like a circle to try to get as much of this roundabout frame by frame mapping, so the game could then map this thing in 3D to help the game recognize what it looks like in 3D, where it persists compared to GPS, and the placement of it. Now, what makes this really exciting to me is we talked about over the past couple weeks the acquisition of that 6D.ai company that specializes in mapping real-world locations and converting it into AR. So this could be a really cool bridge to bringing that tech into the game with mapping out locations using that technology, which will then, I don't know what they could do with it, but I just know that it's awesome. And it's part of their bigger picture of, building this real mirror world in AR.
Yeah, this is so exciting.
Yeah, it's cool. Really cool fucking tech. And if you haven't seen the 6D.ai stuff, go to their Twitter and watch the footage of their technology running on a fucking commercial handheld phone. So when you see it running on a phone, you're like, yo, this could happen in the game where you're just mapping out a whole fucking area. And once you do that, that's when like AR occlusion can come into play. That's when, things like Buddy, the Buddy Playground, where it's not just, all right, 3 people in a shared AR photo experience, but a shared AR environment where you have that Pikachu and the Eevee running around and going in and out, weaving in and out between people's legs and around the benches and around the bushes. Like, I don't know, a lot of really cool tinfoil hat shit here for sure. But POI scanning coming to the game, it's really cool. Pokestop ads. All right, this scared a lot of people on Reddit, but ads are coming to the game. But this is probably for sponsored stops. Now, I don't remember how long ago this was. It had to be a year ago. Adam, I don't even know if you can remember this, but I think it was around either a GDC or an old ass CES or something, where there was like a leak where someone overheard Niantic employees talking at like a coffee house or something about how ads were going to work in Pokemon Go, where you would spin a Pokestop and it would bring up an ad that you can then track conversion for that, whoever the advertiser was, where it would bring up a coupon or something like that. I don't remember how. It was a long fucking time ago. It had to be.
Yeah,
over a
I do
year
remember
ago.
that. I do.
So apparently there's going to be some kind of thing where there's going to be ads that will pop up when you spin a stop potentially. It'll track how long you look at the ad. It'll know if you take a screenshot of the ad, which leads me to believe that it would be a coupon or a coupon code or maybe even like a barcode that you could scan at the register. And even engagements like clicking on it to go to their website or something like that. I don't know. But I don't mind this. I like fucking deals. I like coupons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a when it comes to shit like that is a welcomed trade-off to commerce for me.
And it's especially if it's a place that doesn't normally have a Pokestop and that they can add one and have new places of interest. You know what I mean?
We talked about the small business and small medium business advertising program, sponsored stop program. This could be perfect. Where
exactly.
The mom and pop card shop can be like, hey, we're going to do a Pokemon event for the month of May, and they drop a temporary stop there. And when you spin that stop, it says 10% off your next purchase at my store or something like that. That you're going to want to support the stores that get involved in this. So, you got to think of the big picture here. It's a welcome trade-off in my opinion. I like it.
Yes, 100%.
Walking quests. So research has been found that have to do with walking. So I like this because it lets us know that there's going to be some return to normalcy and getting out there again on the horizon because, quarantine life is fun and all that. But yeah, I want to get back out to work and to life and living and all that. So knowing that they're doing all this stuff to let us play from home, but now they're also introducing stuff to let us walk. It's a good reminder that, normalcy is coming back. Now, that was the APK. In addition to that, not necessarily in the APK, but also just these other tidbits. Remember, Marty was saying that there was like small little remote updates that they're able to see.
Yes.
There was some other cool stuff. Something about a throwback 2020 celebration event. So a new event coming to the game has something to do with regions. So Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, Sinnoh, no mention of Unova, but those 4 regions, something to do there. So maybe it'll be another incense type shuffle where the incense does regions. Maybe it'll be like this week you'll see a lot of Kanto spawns, next week you'll see a lot of Johto spawns, but I don't know what that is, but there's something.
That's a way to get a full month's worth of stuff. You know, oh, week 1 Kanto, week 2 Johto, week 3 Hoenn, week 4 Sinnoh.
Exactly. And a week isn't bad. Like if you don't like a certain, generation, it's not like you have to wait a whole month. Hopefully they will make it last a month. And then finally, super exciting here. Kyurem's models were updated in the code. Now, I don't know how this is going to possibly fucking work in Pokemon Go, but I would kind of think that we need Reshiram and Zekrom before we can get Kyurem in the game. What do you think about this? Like,
well, in the game, there was Black Kyurem and White Kyurem as well. So,
well, that's what I mean. That was, but you need Reshiram and Zekrom to create those Kyurem forms. So, like, how are they going to do that without Reshiram and Kyurem? I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do this, but. This is an alternate universe, so maybe they could do their own thing and just release it, standalone. But
probably release Kyurem just in regular raids, and then Black and White Kyurem in EX raids. I could see that happening because Zekrom and Reshiram they're just gonna have to do in regular raids as well.
Yeah, it's just a lot.
And then
it's
they
a
have
lot of
2
content.
forms to work with, and I mean we still don't have Shaman.
You want that Shaman so fucking bad.
I want that Shaman. I just don't understand. It's like it has like no good stats. You know what I mean? Like I know like the air form is better, but like it's like why are they still holding on to it? They gave us Darkrai.
But GoFest got fucked this year. They've been they probably were going to release a mythical at GoFest.
Oh, okay. Yep.
You know what I mean? Yep. Like Celebi, Mew. So
oh, and they still have GoFest from home if we're still like this. So okay, all right, I can see it coming.
Yeah, so we'll have to we'll have to see how that works out. But there's a lot of information here. This was a very cool dive. So I'll put a link in the description to PokeMiners, kind of breakdown on Reddit. If you haven't joined the PokeMiners Discord, it's definitely worth jumping in just to see it on the technical level. It's really cool seeing the fucking nerds talk about this shit because we read the code, we talk about it here.
And what if, hold on, I like to go along with what you're saying. So like the Incense Day was a test to see how they could, switch up the spawns for certain like time frames. And it's like, imagine if they did GoFest in that way where your quest could not be completed.
Wait, that's how
and then it's like okay, well you have grass Pokemon to start and you catch all these.
That's how they do the different
how they do
biomes, like the different regions. Oh shit!
And it locks everybody in at the same time, so you can't necessarily get all the spawns and complete the task before anybody else.
Yeah, but then I don't know.
So it's a shared experience. And if they do this, do they put it the same time zone for everybody?
Oh man!
Because technically it would be a GoFest event, and then there's that everybody has that like inclusivity because everybody's playing at the same time, everybody's locked in at that same moment. Catching the same Pokemon for that hour. The next quest goes on.
Dude, I have no idea, but that's so exciting. Like this, you might be onto something. You might be honest. You've been good at predicting shit. So
yeah, well, I mean,
Oh, and did you see that there was a weird glitch where orange incense were showing up in the European region during Incense Day?
I did see that.
So we saw that in the code, and people were like, "What the fuck is this?" And then we thought it was an April Fool's like joke. And then the orange incense actually showed up at the beginning of Incense Day in Europe. People restarted their phones and it went back to normal incense. So I don't know, man. Maybe those orange incense actually do something like, oh man. I don't know. Wouldn't it be fucking cool if you could pick the type?
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. If you use the orange incense, it allows you to pick which type that like of Pokemon spawn, kind of like Incense Day, but you just get to choose.
Oh my god, that'd be so fucking badass. Like like I really want shiny Oddish. Let me choose grass here so I can get grass spawns and hopefully Oddish will spawn. Oh, it's so great. So fucking cool.
And then maybe Yes, they do the regular incense where those hours give you those certain types, but if you miss a type, the orange can get you back to that type, so you can complete the task at a later time if you just want to catch whatever you want.
Oh, man. So much fucking inappropriate speculation. I fucking love it.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. Before we take a break, Adam, why don't we talk about boxes in the shop? When was the last time you spent some money? Have you bought anything in the game lately?
I did, and I bought, like, incubators because I wanted to hatch eggs.
Not me.
Well, it's just because I've been, moving a little bit more and trying to get my exercise in, which
You're playing Just Dance.
Yes, but it hasn't been like working out as well as I'm hoping for, so I still got more work to do. Just because my Adventure Sync rewards I can't get to 50, so I'm like, clearly I'm not doing a good enough job.
All right, well, break down these boxes for us.
Okay, so this is coming from G2G.media. We did get a new 1 Pokecoin bundle this week. It was 50 Great Balls.
Yes.
So, I mean, we are all hoping for remote raid passes, but
yes.
That's the expectation, and this was what we got. So I expect the next box to possibly be raid passes with everything that we've, kind of talked about. I feel like that's coming.
Yeah, it's definitely coming.
As early as next week. So that's inappropriate speculation for
you
me.
heard it here first. Yep. Confirmed.
So some new boxes that have hit the shop are much different than what we're used to, because they all have Poffins.
Yep.
So the special box for 480 Pokecoins, you get 30 Ultra Balls, 2 Premium Passes, 2 Super Incubators, and 2 Poffins. That's like roughly about 20% discount. Ultra Balls, though,
yeah. There's always that one box where you're like, what the fuck? Like, why put berries? Why put revives?
Because then they can make the next 2 boxes awesome.
Yeah,
and it's
I guess.
I miss like the great box.
No way.
Or like the middle box where they had just a different way to spend your coins. And this way here is like, oh, well, it's either I have to dump $20 in to get the $15 box, or dump, $5 to get the 480 box. So it's just, I don't like the math. I don't like the math there. But you have the Ultra box, which is $14.80 for Pokecoins, and you get 3 star pieces, 15 premium battle passes, 5 super incubators, and 3 Poffins. So that's roughly about 44% discount. And maybe this is good for battlers.
This is what I'm thinking. Because the premium battle passes now aren't just for raiding. Obviously, people aren't out there raiding. So you've got battlers who are using their premium battle passes on PvP so they get better rewards. Star pieces, of course, PvP people need those. Super incubators, yeah, they're just throwing those in. The Poffins, right now, you don't need the fucking Poffin because it's so easy to get your buddy excited. However, especially for Master League, it's very important to have someone on your squad that's a best buddy, because that way you get that, that boost. You can win in the mirror. It's very important. So I think that this is really aimed at battlers, where typically the Ultra Box is aimed at raiders. This is definitely, this is definitely focused on the battlers a little bit more. And, it is interesting, though, that they're throwing 3 Poffins in there. It's just different.
Yeah, because we've, like I said, we've never seen these. Well, not never, but I mean...
Well, not in a box, not in a bundle.
Yeah, exactly. And then we have the Adventure Box, again, 1480 Pokecoins. Comes with 3 star pieces, 14 super incubators, 3 regular incubators, and 3 Poffins. So that's about 56% discount. But eggs haven't been the best lately.
I've been rocking single incubator for fucking months, dude. I'm so done with eggs. I am fucking done.
I'm getting there. I think I hatched 75 eggs last week.
Oof, that's way more than me.
Well, like I said, I tried. I tried to hatch as many eggs as possible. And I do like this because, you get the super incubators, but I'd rather just get regular incubators.
Well, because we have half distance right now. But
exactly.
That's going away May 1st. So, dude, May 1st is going to be big fucking changes. Big fucking changes. A lot of stuff changes May 1st, and we'll get to that in Willow's Almanac. But 10K eggs have been so rare for me, right? I had 3 of them in my inventory that I was sitting on. And when I forget what it was it the special research for Liverpool gave me 3 incubators as the, as the reward?
Yes. Yep.
So I used those on my 3 10K eggs, and I hatched 3 fucking Phoebus. I was
my last 10K egg was a Phoebus.
I still don't have Axu. That's the only fucking non-regional Pokemon I need.
Oh, speaking of hatching, I hatched last night. I went out for my nightly run down to the Pokestop walk because I go at midnight or just before midnight, so I can hit the stop and then grab the stop again.
Yep.
And get the task for the day, and then I try to complete it by the end of the day. But I hatched a shiny Solrock.
What? Fuck.
Yeah,
that's a good one, dude. That's
right, and he's got decent IVs because it's a hatch. So I was so stoked.
Wow. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be buying any of these boxes. I still, I'm getting low on lures. I'm getting low on lucky eggs. I'm still on that XP grind. I'm getting close to 100 million. I just think I've given up all interest on hatching eggs. I just don't. I've been using the single incubator for so long, but maybe that'll change once the half distance goes back to normal. You know what I mean? And then the grind is longer. It's just so easy to hatch eggs with the half distance now. It's like, fuck.
Yeah, and then it's like you open up all your gifts from friends after you hatch all of your regular eggs, and it's like, I don't want to hatch another Kabuto.
Well,
it's like I hatched 9 of them in a row, and it's like Kabuto, Ammonite, Kabuto, or it's Aerodactyl for all of them, and you're like, how is that even possible?
I had a 7K slip in the other day, and because it was like I opened a gift, and because I'm always aware to make sure that I'm not going to open a 7K, get a 7K egg, but like the egg had hatched, but I didn't have the animation, so like it fucked me. But I hatched the Tortuga from it, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, dude, I'm fucking done. I'm done with the eggs. All right, let's take a quick break, man. That was a lot of information. We're already 55 minutes in. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we will talk some miscellaneous news. There's a lot there too. And we'll do a little raid guide and battle party for Ludicolo. We'll be back right after this. Thanks so much for that, everyone. A little housekeeping before we get into the back half of the show. This podcast is powered by Patreon. Please check ours out over at patreon.com/PokemonProfessor, where you can support this show for as little as $1 a month. And that $1 will get you access to our patron-exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people.
It sure is.
And I want to give a huge shout-out to our show supporter tier patrons. Brittany, Jay, James, Matt, M. Pitts, Terry, David, Chris, Sydney, The Noise, Harry, Pokenabbot, Purple Pancakes, Dim, Gearsby, Bangin', Lady Goobly Meat, Go Ranger, Matt, Baker Boy, Jolt Switch, Alex, The Illustrious Overseer, Jason, Matt from Kentucky, Paul, Justin, Val, Monica, PJ, Augmented Naturally, Jay, Mackle, Brian, Smeatwad, Geostacks, Sam, Lynchbot, Unbreakable, Chad, Matthew, Jamal, Ace Trainers, and Woodwoose Wolf. Thank you guys so incredibly much. We really appreciate your support. And a huge shout out, as always, to our executive producer, Paul Bott. If Patreon isn't your thing, no big deal. There's still a couple other ways you can help us out. If you're listening on YouTube, you can subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. If you're listening via a podcast service like Apple Podcasts, you can leave us a review. And while I'm on the topic of reviews, we are doing a little contest right now over on Special Conditions, TCG podcast. We're giving away a Rebel Clash, which is the latest expansion. It officially launches on May 1st, but we got our hands on a pre-release box, which contains 4 boosters, a 23-card evolution pack, and a foil promo stamped card. Got our hands on this box. We're going to be giving it away. All you have to do to get an entry is leave us a review either on Apple Podcasts or on podchaser.com. You can leave a review for any of our 3 podcasts, Lured Up, Gotta Watch 'Em All, or Special Conditions. If you leave a review for each podcast on each platform, you'll earn 6 entries to win. So this is going to be running for the next week. It'll end on May 1st. So by the time this comes out, you'll still have, 5 or 6 days to leave us some reviews. We're going to announce the winner May 2nd on Twitter. So make sure you check on Twitter May 2nd. If you're leaving reviews, we'll announce the winner. We'll connect with you, get this thing mailed out to you. It's a pretty cool little prize. Now, here's the bonus. Podchaser.com, really fantastic site. They're hoping to become the IMDb of podcasts as far as reviews, connecting people's, portfolios together, connecting the dots between creators and guest appearances and shows and credits. It's really, really cool. For every review left on podchaser.com, they will donate 25 cents to their COVID-19 Meals on Wheels Pandemic Relief Fund. It's really cool. Good cause. If the creator comments on that post, so you review us, I comment on the review, they'll double it to 50 cents. So now that review is worth 50 cents towards charity. Now it gets better. Libsyn, who's our podcast hosting company, will match all the donations that Podchaser generates. So that 50 cent review on Podchaser now just became $1. So if we can get 100 reviews on Podchaser in the next week, we can raise $100 for charity just like that. And we have 3 shows, so it really should. If everyone just leaves us a review on all 3 shows, it's just an easy way to get involved with charity without having to spend any money. It just takes a little time. So I'll put links to all 3 shows on Apple Podcasts and on Podchaser in the description. You can get entries to win some TCG cards, which is always good. We can also, earn some money for charity, without having to put anything out of pocket. So it's good stuff. All right, let's get back to the show here. Got some miscellaneous news. Landorus was supposed to go away on the 21st yesterday, but Niantic has announced that it's extended through the 28th. This applies to both Tier 5 raids and Go Battle League rewards. We still don't know who's next. Maybe fucking Kyurem. Who knows? Who knows what they're going to do? Let's take a look into Willows Almanac.
I'm Wolfie with Gaming Together Media, and this is Willows Almanac.
All right, Abra Community Day Play at Home Edition is this Saturday, the 25th, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. local time. If you're a member, you'll get Triple Stardust, 3-hour Incense, Snapshot Surprises, Alakazam Can Learn Counter. Investigating Illusions is the 99-cent special research. If you do that, you'll gain 13,000 Stardust, a Poffin, a Rocket Radar. There's going to be a Community Day box in the store for 1,280 Pokecoins. Elite Charge TM being released in this box for the first time. 30 Ultra Balls, 3 Super Incubators, 3 Incense. Obviously, this box is all about the Elite Charge TM. Great Buddies will also bring you gifts. What are your plans for Abra Community Day, Adam? Are you going to truly do it from home, or are you going to try to get out a little bit?
To be honest, I want to at least try to get out, but who knows?
Yeah. I'm gonna go to Red Bank. The good thing about Red Bank is it's a big town, so even when you go out there to walk, even if there's other people walking, you could still stay socially distant, cross the street, and all that good shit. Friday the 24th, Go Battle League will be switching from Master League back to 1 week's worth of all 3 leagues. This is what everybody's been waiting for, so they can get back on that Great League grind before Season 2. That'll go through May 1st. So the 24th through May 1st, all 3 leagues will come back to Go Battle League. Next Tuesday, Pidgey Spotlight Hour with 2 times Evolution XP. So great opportunity to take advantage of the 2 times Evolution XP, even though we have that right now in the Buddy Up event. One more really cool thing on the TCG front, we have a awesome partnership now with TCGplayer.com. This is one of the leading marketplaces online to buy and sell TCG cards and supplies. So if anyone's out there that is a TCG player or you want to buy some cool gifts for people, you could support the show simply by using the link that's in the description to our TCG Player affiliate account. Doesn't cost you anything extra. You just use the link. Whatever you buy gives a nice little kickback to us, helps support the show. So that's exciting stuff too. All right, Adam, why don't you dig into this Ludicolo raid guide and battle party, and we'll see what we could do here. It's a duo. I could invite you to a Ludicolo and we could do it together.
You need to invite me.
I know.
But listen, this is a battle party.
Whoop whoop.
Battle party.
Whoop whoop. It was okay.
All right, so now that we got that out of the way.
It was okay.
Well, I needed to do it, all right? I needed to. So this is coming straight from g2g.media. You can do with this, like Ken was alluding to. So hopefully this is somewhat quarantine friendly. Ludicolo is water and grass type. It is a 4-star raid boss. As a reminder, G2G's raid guides take a look at Pokebattler, GoHub, and GamePress. So they have different sources, compile it all together, and give you the best data that they possibly can. Coming in at 24,646 CP. Stats aren't too strong. It's got an attack stat of 173, defense stat 176, and a stamina stat of 190. 100% catch is going to be 1,327 at level 20, and then 1,659 boosted at level 25 in rainy or sunny weather. Its weakness are to bug, flying, and poison. Best counters: Moltres, Wing Attack, Sky Attack, Roserade, Poison Jab, Sludge Bomb, Honchkrow with Peck and Sky Attack, Rayquaza with Air Slash, Aerial Ace, Gengar, Lick and Sludge Bomb, Genesect, Fury Cutter, X-Scissor, and Escavalier with Bug Bite and Mega Horn. Ken, what are you bringing?
Okay, so if I'm going to duo this, I'm bringing 3 Moltres, 3 Roserade. I would bring 6 Moltres, but I don't have 6 spec'd out flying Moltreses. They're more, I have the fire ones. So I'm going to bring 3 Moltres, 3 Roserade. If I have 3 or more, I'm going to flex here. And I typically don't do this, but this will be fun. Bringing out a shiny squad. Shiny Moltres, Roserade, Honchkrow, Rayquaza, Party Hat Gengar, and Scizor. All shiny.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And I really want to use Genesect because that's a good opportunity to use that Pokemon, but he's not shiny, so he's got to sit the bench. What about you?
Oh, you want to know what I'm bringing?
Yes.
Ooh,
Let me guess.
Get ready for this.
300% Pokemon.
Well, it's going to be 600% Pokemon. Not that they're 600%, but there's 100% in IVs in each of them. And there's 6 of them. So we've got Escavalier, Gengar, Yanmega, Pidgeot, Dodrio, and Altaria.
I like the Pidgeot. I like that. It's classic. It's classic.
Listen, I have no other reason to use my Dodrio, so this is going to be its like one time to shine. And I'll put it as my starting. That and Escavalier. I want those 2 as in my starts because I want to see what that thing does. I've never used it in battle.
It's not going to do shit.
Hey, he's fully powered up, okay? Come on. He can do something.
God, you love spending Stardust, dude. I'm about to hit 13 million Stardust. I don't spend shit. That's why I lose in PvP all the time.
Yep.
It's so funny. All right, Adam, that was a show, dude. We did it.
That is a show. We speculated greatly, and we had a lot of fun.
Yes.
I definitely for sure am thinking all that stuff, and like that just it's going through my head all with GoFest. So
yeah,
I'm
that's exciting.
definitely hyped for GoFest no matter what they do, but I'm so looking forward to it.
Yeah, now you got my mind racing with could they use incense to simulate the different environments? That's so fucking cool. That's so cool, man. I love it. I love it. But all right, thank you guys so much for checking out the show. We really do appreciate your ears. It means a lot to us. Links to,
especially in these times where not many people are commuting, so it's like not everybody's listening to podcasts like they normally would.
You know what, man? I do want to say something real quick now that you brought that up. It's a good point. This is a difficult time for podcasts at large. Like you said, not, a lot of people listen to it during their commute. A lot of people listen to them at work. at large, podcast numbers are down across the board. This is something that's affecting big podcasts, medium-sized podcasts, small podcasts. I want to give a huge thank you and love to our community, because all 3 shows on our network, all of our numbers for all 3 shows are up this month. It's fucking insane. So thank you guys
thank you guys for
incredibly
listening.
much.
We appreciate it.
It really means a lot to us, especially knowing that, this is not a strong podcast month in general, but our numbers are doing better. It really means the world to us. So thank you so much for listening. We really, really do appreciate it.
Y'all are like family.
Yeah, definitely.
Keep in touch.
But
join the Discord.
You can email
Hang
us.
out.
You can email us info@luredup.com. Check out luredup.com for everything that's going on in the show. PokemonProfessor.com for everything that's going on in the network. You can send us a text, call, voicemail, picture, video, all that shit. 732-835-8639. And I'll put links to all our social destinations, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff in the description. Don't forget, if you want to take part in that giveaway for the Build and Battle Box TCG for Rebel Clash, I'll put links in the description as well to all those review sites, so you can drop us some reviews. That also helps us greatly, but you can also do it for charity. You can also do it to win some shit. Adam, you got anything else? Because if not, this is a wrap.
No, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap, B. Thank you guys so much. Keep training trainers. We'll see y'all next week.